The Valorian Empire had ruled the Outer Rim for 3 centuries without challenge. Their word was law, their military unmatched, their assassins legendary. When humans appeared in their territory, establishing colonies on contested worlds, the Empire expected swift compliance. They did not receive it. Johnson stood in the center of the landing bay, arms crossed, watching the sleek black transport descend through New Terra's atmosphere. Behind him, Olivia worked furiously at her console, her fingers dancing across holographic displays. 12 life signs, she reported, her voice tight. Heavy weapons signatures, combat augmentations. Johnson, these aren't diplomats, I know. His voice was calm, almost bored. The Empire doesn't send diplomats to humans. They send examples. The ship touched down with barely a whisper. Its doors hissed open, and 12 figures emerged tall. Elegant Valorians clad in obsidian armor that seemed to drink in the light. Their leader, a female with silver facial markings denoting elite status, stepped forward. "Human Johnson," she announced, her voice amplified and cold. "You are charged with defying Imperial expansion protocols. Surrender, and your death will be swift." Johnson tilted his head. "And if I don't, then it will be slow." She gestured, and her team spread out in perfect formation, weapons humming to life. "We are the Shadow Blades, the Empire's finest. No target has ever escaped us. There's a first time for everything," Johnson replied. The first assassin moved with supernatural speed, closing the 50-meter gap in seconds. Her blade, forged from quantum-sharpened alloy, could slice through ship hulls. It met Johnson's forearm with a shower of sparks. The Valorian's eyes widened. Johnson's arm was unblemished, subdermal armor weave, he explained conversationally, then grabbed her wrist and twisted. The crack echoed through the bay. "Developed it myself. You're not the first to try killing humans." He threw her into 2 of her companions with enough force to shatter their armor. "3 down, Olivia. How's that door looking?" 30 seconds. She called back, still working. "Keep them busy." The remaining 9 assassins attacked in concert, a deadly ballet of plasma fire and monomolecular blades. Johnson moved through them like a storm, each movement economical and brutally efficient. He caught a plasma bolt in a portable shield generator, redirecting it into an assassin's chest. He ducked under a blade, drove his elbow through armor plating and into alien ribs. The Valorians had never encountered resistance like this. Their intelligence said humans were soft, weak, reliant on technology rather than combat prowess. They were wrong. Johnson was a product of Earth's endless conflicts, trained in 100 martial arts, augmented with cutting-edge military tech, and possessed of something the Empire had never developed: creative brutality. Where Valorian assassins followed precise, practiced patterns, Johnson adapted, improvised, turned their own tactics against them. That an assassin fired a neural disruptor at point-blank range. Johnson took the hit, gritted his teeth through the pain, and headbutted the shooter hard enough to crack his faceplate. 5 down, Olivia. Done. The bay doors slammed shut, cutting off any escape or reinforcement. Emergency lights painted everything red. The lead assassin regrouped her remaining team. 6 of them against 1 human. The odds should have been laughable. "You fight well," she admitted, blood violet and luminescent dripping from her mouth. "But you cannot win. We are enhanced, trained from birth." "What are you?" Johnson cracked his knuckles. "Angry. You attacked my colony, my people, my home." He pulled a device from his belt, a human innovation the Empire hadn't cataloged, a graviton pulse grenade. He activated it and threw it into their midst. The assassins tried to scatter, but gravity itself turned against them, crushing them together, their armor crumpling like paper. The pulse lasted 3 seconds. When it faded, 4 more Valorians lay broken. 2 remained, including the leader. Olivia appeared at Johnson's side, holding a custom plasma rifle. "Need help? Always appreciate backup." The lead assassin laughed, a harsh sound. "Clever for primitives, but you have made a mistake. We broadcast everything back to the Empire. They will send fleets, armies. They will burn your colonies to ash." Johnson smiled, and there was no warmth in it. "Let them watch, then." He moved faster than the Valorian could track, closing the distance, deflecting her blade with his armored forearm and driving his other hand through her chest plate. Her eyes went wide with shock and pain. "Send this message back to your empire." Johnson whispered as she fell. "Humanity doesn't surrender. We don't bow. And we don't forget." The last assassin tried to run. Olivia's shot caught him in the back, and he fell. Twitching. Silence settled over the landing bay. 12 of the Empire's finest lay dead or dying. Johnson stood among them, breathing hard, his clothes torn, but his resolve unbroken. Olivia began gathering bodies. "What do we do with them?" Johnson looked at the still recording cameras on the Valorian ship. "We send them back, exactly as promised, in pieces." Over the next hour, they loaded the bodies, some whole, most not, back onto the transport. Johnson programmed the autopilot with coordinates for the nearest Imperial outpost and added a single-line message: "Send more if you want the same result." As the ship lifted off, carrying its grim cargo, Olivia stood beside Johnson, watching it disappear into the stars. "They will send more," she said quietly. "I know. Maybe not assassins next time. Maybe warships." Johnson nodded. "Probably. But they'll think twice. They'll hesitate. And that hesitation, that's how we survive. That's how we fight an empire." He turned to her. "Spread the word. Every human colony needs to see this. Needs to know we can win." Word did spread. Across human space, the story traveled how one man stood against the Empire's deadliest and sent them back in pieces. It became a rallying cry, a symbol. The Valorian Empire learned what countless Earth nations had learned before them. Humans were not the strongest species, not the fastest, not the most technologically advanced, but they were stubborn, creative, and absolutely refused to accept defeat. And sometimes, that was enough to change the galaxy. Johnson and Olivia prepared for the next wave, knowing it would come, but they also knew they wouldn't face it alone. Humanity had been challenged, and humanity had answered. The Empire had sent 12 elite assassins. The humans sent a message the galaxy would never forget.